Good morning, good morning, good morning. November 2nd, it's pre-market here, so I'm going to outline the 3 hot stocks that I'm watching today. Alright, first up on the chopping block is INND. Yesterday it had a pretty solid day, opened at 0.0136, closed at 0.0195. Had a pretty good run into the close. It dropped back a little bit here, which is, if you remember from my daily recap, is I was trading it in here and then didn't think it was going to do it, so it dropped down, and then it recovered and closed at its high of day. So that's a sign of strength. It's starting to gap up a little bit this morning. So what I'm looking for on INND is a dip and rip idea, and that will happen within the first probably 15-20 minutes of the market open. The people that held overnight will take their profits when the market opens, and that will cause a slight dip or a slight pullback, and then the level 2 will turn, and I'm going to wait for that turn to happen and let the stock start showing signs of strength, and then I'm going to enter, and hopefully it will continue to run the rest of the day. Now we're playing right near that whole penny mark of 2 pennies, so it's a little bit trickier in there. It's gotta breach that level, and it might be a little hesitant to do so. So we'll be watching it right around that 2-cent level. Probably won't enter until it breaks that 2-cent level, and that'll be a good sign of strength for the rest of the day. The next one I wanted to take a peek at is AABB. Same idea on this one, right? So it ran pretty good yesterday. I took it at 175, if you remember from my recap last night. And then I sold at 184. Pretty good meat of the move first thing in the morning. Then I had a strong midday move, and then a strong afternoon move. But this sell-off would have scared me from playing it into the close. But it actually closed right near its high of day. It's showing a really strong gap up this morning. So I'm going to... When I first put this on my watch list last night, I was planning on a morning panic dip buy to somewhere in the 0.15 support area. You can see how it... on the 10-day chart, how it held right there at the 0.15 level. But since it closed so strong and it's showing strong signs of a gap up, I'm actually going to look for a dip and rip on this one as well. So once again, a little pullback or a dip out of the open, and then wait for it to show signs of strength, and then hop in there and ride it until it starts showing some topping action. The last stock that I wanted to take a peek at this morning, kind of a short watch list. Again, these are all OTCs. It's primarily what I trade. CYBL, you can see that the wedge that I drew yesterday in the watch list explained is still tightening. So we're at the bottom end of that wedge. So there's a couple of different ways that you could play this. You could buy in right at 0.04 and sell at the top of that wedge. But if it breaks out of this wedge one way or the other, usually it's a pretty strong move. So if it broke below 0.04, not only is it the bottom of the wedge, but it's acted as support for a few days now. So it could be a pretty strong move southward if it actually broke below 0.04. So the way that I would play it is wait until it breaches the top end of that wedge, which is right around 0.05 right now. Not saying it's going to happen today, not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but this is kind of on perma watch right now until it decides which way it wants to go. I would prefer a move out the top of the wedge, and then that would put it in play for me. Now, as usual, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, as well as that bell to be notified when videos come up. So, yeah, reverse camera. Boom! In that corner, I'm going to put up the daily watch list playlist, as well as the daily recap, as well as Trading 101. Now, we got some videos in there. We're going to come out with some more. Thank you guys very much, and good green days to all of you. Bye.